Most people don't fail because they lack talent. Most of the time they fail because they just quit too soon. Real talk. I think about when I was in the military, spending 20 years in the military. That was not an easy task. When you look at statistics and you see how many people enter the military and how many people actually make it to 20 years, I mean, there's a lot of things you got to dodge: getting hurt, getting killed, just pretty much getting fed up with everything that comes with being in the military active duty 20 years. And God forbid if you got a family, there's a lot of sacrifices that come with that. But for those that just stayed the course, you know what I'm saying? That's what it really boiled down to. Were there times I wanted to quit? Hell yeah. There were plenty of times I wanted to quit. Plenty of times I considered, plenty of time I actually started the process and just, long story short, I stuck it out. Um, I think about when I retired from the military, becoming an entrepreneur, starting a trucking company, meeting failure head on, losing every truck in my fleet, having to let my drivers go. So one thing about failure is being able to take those lessons, right? And those losses, it's not a loss. When you take that L, you got to take those lessons and apply that and be willing to recreate yourself. Be willing to start something new. You know what I'm saying? Be willing to take all that information that you got in those lessons and apply to something else and wake up every day and keep going at whatever it is you're chasing, whatever it is you're trying to get at. Don't stop. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. Started doing content 6 months ago, right? In my 40s. Some people laughed at me like, oh, you're a content creator now. People still laughing at me, but guess what? Ask me, do I care? Ask me, do I care? Because I don't, right? You just never know when that moment is going to happen. When that one video you post, if you're doing content, you never know when that moment is going to be when you break over, when you cross over into what you've been trying to get to, right? You just got to be willing to do the work, willing to do enough. I tell people all the time, if you're willing to do enough, you got to be willing to do enough to get the results you want. Simply put, be willing to put the work in, recreate yourself, and don't be afraid in 2026. In 2026, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. Don't worry about what the naysayers are saying. You know what it is you want to do. You know what vision you have in your mind. You know the dream you're putting down, right? Most of the time, people don't achieve their dreams because they abandon their dreams. Pick your dream back up, my friend, and start chasing it like today's your last day. Okay? I wish you well.